Today is May 14th, 2024, and yesterday on May 13th, a popular conservative media site announced that 26 million of its registrants' information was hacked. And I just want to put this in perspective for all of you. 26 million, the entire adult population in the United States is 283 million. This hack alone represents 9.1% of the entire adult population of the United States. In addition to the hacked media site, Dell announced 4 days ago that 49 million of its customers' information was compromised. 6 days ago, an additional 13.4 million Kaiser patients' information was compromised. Put that all together, that represents in just 3 instances, in just the past 6 days, 90.4 million hacked and compromised. That represents, again, remembering that the US population is 283 million, the adult population, that is a full 32% of the US adult population. Welcome to the Muddy Waters podcast, where we call out the scams and debunk misinformation. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about the importance of how to protect your information. We're going to talk about the risks, the dark web aspects, what hackers are doing with this information over time, and how you can recognize the signs and protect yourself. So thank you for joining. It's going to be an informative session. In 2023 alone, there were 353 million instances of data being hacked and stolen. Let's explore why they do it. Let's do this by the numbers. Why do hackers hack your personal information? Because they make significant money from it, because they sell it on the dark web. And we're going to talk about what those buyers do with that information in a later portion of this video. But check this out. Your Facebook account could be worth $45. Your US driver's license information, $150. Just staggering. Netflix account, $25. HBO account, only $4 for whatever reason. PayPal account, $150. There is a cost associated with each of those 350 odd million records that were stolen last year. And these hackers have become highly sophisticated in capturing this data, posting it on the dark web, and setting up bidding to buy those records. Now, it's not just a personal attack. Sure, they're going to come after you, and we'll talk about phishing and quishing and schmishing and all the different ishings that are out there in the scam world. But they're also compromising businesses, one person at a time, as an entryway into those businesses. Once information is sold on the dark web, let's look at what happens next and what I define as the jigsaw puzzle of identity theft. Buyers of your information on the dark web are putting together puzzle pieces, much like a jigsaw puzzle. They may have, in regards to low-level attacks, they may have just your name and your physical address, maybe your spouse's name. Perhaps it's more nefarious. They have your credit card numbers and or social security numbers. But realize too that they're looking at your social media profiles. They know who your connections are. This is an expansive web of opportunity, and sometimes they have missing pieces to that jigsaw puzzle. So let's talk about that. There's two main ways the buyers use this information they've gotten from the dark web. One is to pursue you directly by way of phishing scams in their various forms. And the second is using your information to create synthetic identities. In 2023 alone, there were over 1 million reported cases of identity theft. And get this, over $43 billion in collective losses, and the numbers are rising. Now that we've explored the size and scope of the problem, what can you do? What can you do if you want to protect yourself? What can you do if you suspect you may be the victim of an identity theft by a scammer? So let's start with the basics. It's important, if you haven't done so already, have your online presence monitored. According to Forbes magazine, the best 3 monitoring sources for protection against identity theft are Aura, LifeLock, and ID Watchdog. And yeah, you're going to pay a fee for this, but imagine $25 a month, whatever that works out to be per year, $400, $300, whatever that number is, compared to the thousands and tens of thousands and potentially millions you can lose. When people have access to your vital private information, they can have medical procedures done. They can apply for credit cards. They can buy cars. They can completely devastate your credit and your finances about that fast, right? So it's a worthwhile investment if you don't already have it in place. And if you suspect that maybe you've fallen victim to identity theft, there's a few steps you should take. Contact the Federal Trade Commission and report it. Maybe they can help you. They do investigations all the time. Maybe they can help you recoup some of that money. Definitely contact the 3 major credit reporting bureaus, right? And have them put fraud alerts on your account and have them freeze your credit. Then go into your statements from the credit monitoring agencies, from your individual credit cards. Look for any unauthorized purchases. Know that credit cards will back you if there's been fraudulent charges, but there's a time window. I think usually 60 days where you have to report that incident of fraud, or you're going to end up paying for it, right? So, scan your statements, right? Get rid of any accounts that you're not using, or close any of the accounts that have been fraudulently opened. And finally, and this is probably the most important piece of information, because again, when your information is bought on the dark web, it's puzzle pieces they have. They may have your home address, your spouse's name. They may know who your friends are, but they may have missing pieces they're trying to get. And that's why they do these phishing, which are email attempts. That's why they do the smishing, which are SMS messages. That's why they do the vishing, which are voice calls and video calls. And now there's a new term called quishing, where they're using QR codes to collect information. It's all designed to take what they've got and get what they need to take money from you. So don't answer unsolicited emails. Call the company directly. Let's say you get a message from Apple or Best Buy or whatever it may be. Look up their number online, call them directly, and ask them if they're trying to reach you, right? Don't respond to unsolicited SMS messages. Don't. Yeah, video calls, voice calls, all these things, right? If you don't know the person, if you haven't met them personally, don't respond. And that's probably the best way to keep yourself safe. Hey, listen, I hope you got something from this session. I certainly did in doing my research. If you enjoyed this video and you learned something, please click the thumbs up button. That helps with the algorithms and helps more people who need to hear this information gain access to it. I hope you'll subscribe. I intend every week to do between 1 and 3 sessions on the proliferation of scams and how to protect yourself. And my whole goal is to make this world a safer place. I've had friends lose collectively over $400,000 to scammers, and I just don't want to see it happen to you. So thank you for tuning in. Again, my name is Philip Macko with the Muddy Waters podcast and YouTube series, and I hope you have an excellent day.